scoop out this article in the Dayton Daily News. Immigrants eligible for in-state tuition. Yes. So if anyone knows what I'm talking about, when you have to go and get bust your ass to try to get in college, and then it costs you an arm and a leg to do so. Matter of fact, John Birch Society's magazine, The New American, this month's issue, or I should say this week's issue, because it's bi-monthly, covers the fact that it costs average $25,000 at least just to get a halfway decent degree. And that's not even including all the other BS that goes with it. Trying to find a job and everything else, because then now you're considered overqualified or some other BS like that. Anyways, according to this article here, this gal here was basically brought here from Mexico. She was 8 years old. She was valedictorian of Ponce Technical High School. And she found out, oh, because you're not a naturalized citizen, that you got to pay international student rates, which is 2 to 3 times what most normal in-state rates are. So I have to go back through find the exact guy's name. But basically, this guy, hang on a second, let me just look at this real quick. Really pisses me off on this thing, actually. Ohio's chancellor modified the state's policy to allow students such as Herrera get in-state tuition, which means she can go to Wright State for only $8,000 and loose change, whatever it is, a year, as opposed to the $17,000 she would have had to pay before. Now that's bullshit, because the fact that, first of all, they tinkered with all the Ohio education systems. So now community colleges are no longer quarterly, they're semesters. Don't they understand that community colleges are for working people? So the certain courses you can't get certain quarters because you have to do prerequisites. But at the same time, it's like, oh, so now I got longer classes I have to take, which costs technically longer because it costs longer to teach them. And of course, you know, the book rates they pay you is out, or that you have to pay is absolutely bullshit. And there's other different ways around that. You go on Amazon, and providing the book isn't too new, you can find a used copy for usually to half to 2/3 the price. And then you can go to someplace like the College Store by Wright State, where you can actually rent the book for that particular course at half the price it would normally cost to purchase it. And you have like X amount of days to return the book back to get your deposit. Otherwise, you will be paying full price for the book. So that is an option there. But this really pisses on the whole purpose of being a citizen. I mean, it's bad enough for some of the places like Sinclair. They got all these satellite hubs now, but yet Warren County won't give you in-county tuition rate because of the fact that Warren County is not going to be granting any type of it doesn't put any money into the Sinclair hub down in Mason. So you're going to pay out-of-county price for the Mason hub, which is complete bullshit. You know, I tell Sinclair, well, if you can't get the fucking right, then get the fuck out of here. We don't need you. You know? You're fleecing the people in Warren County with your satellite hub, which is bullshit. So this is the type of thing that goes on. Nothing against Sinclair, generally speaking, but if you're going to allow a satellite hub to be in your county, then the county should grant in-county tuition rates. So it's just horse shit. So there's the type of stuff that's going on there. Okay, so enough for that particular issue. But just to let you know, the reaffirmation of Bill of Rights rally is complete and in the can and turned in. And hopefully in the next day or so, I should have times and airings when it's actually going to be on Time Warner Digital Channel 991. So that's really great news there. So that's some pretty good stuff. But anyways, check out today's issue of the Dayton Daily News, which is Monday, August the 5th. So it's definitely something to look into. That article is absolutely egregious. Matter of fact, I'm going to call up that writer and just say I think that's horse shit and give my 2 cents on the topic. But anyways, that's pretty much a go of it. Oh, 2 really good documentaries to check out that I'm going to lay here that I got from this Franklin Springboro Library system. One called Food Stamped. Is it possible to eat healthy on a food stamp budget? Excellent, excellent documentary. Next was one I've seen before It's really powerful. It's called Flow, for love of water. And it asks a simple question: how did a handful of corporations steal our water? This is the type of stuff that we always try to advocate that the libraries get into their confines of their display shelves, because the fact that this is what we pay taxes for. This is some really quality stuff. But as we saw on the front page of the Springboro Star Press this week, library is asking for another levy, because the 5-year levy that we passed in 2009, in which the Springboro Tea Party supported, is now going to be up, and want to make this a permanent levy. Well, that's bullshit. We should make them in 5-year increments so we can decide to make sure that they're going through. I can tell you right now, with the current policies that they have, where they're not allowing more outside donations, that it's going to be more indoctrination. They can pick whatever type of books that they want from a small number of sources, which I'd like to know exactly. I'm going to do an investigative report on that. I want to see how many sources they're actually able to get their material from. Are there any subsidies involved? Are there any kickbacks from those distributors? Are they paying wholesale, retail, or are they getting discounts? That's what I'd like to know. So that's something to look into. So I definitely think we should start raising questions about that. And if that's the case, then I think we should say hell no to that levy. We support it once, we're going to get hoodwinked and do it again? Bullshit. So I'm generally support libraries, but not when they have an agenda, and not when they have indoctrinating policies of one-sided material that they're going to have. It's bullshit. All right, well, that's pretty much the end of that. Website, SpringboroTeaParty.com.org, the HMD Music Resource Guide at thehmd.com, cfccohio.org, as well as Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv, ResistNWO.com, and various websites for good music and stuff. Check out AnimalGrace.com, BrothersInArmsBand.com, and HomelandMusic.com. Salant Jamaha. Ohio for Ohioans. Sonny stands for sovereignty.